Welcome to Handheld Gaming Reviews, a channel dedicated to reviewing the performance of games on handheld devices. If you enjoy this video, a like and subscribe will help the channel grow and motivate me to keep making videos. In my last video, someone asked for a guide on using a wireless controller for Warzone on the ROG Ally. Here's a quick video walking through the steps I take, and hopefully it will help anyone out there having issues. If you have any tips that I haven't covered, please leave a comment below, it might help someone else out. In terms of connecting your controller via Bluetooth, I'm not going to cover the pairing process itself, as this will be different for every controller. There should be plenty of guides out there on specifics of your controller. Having said that, if you would like a specific guide on the pairing process, leave a comment below and I'll put something together with the controllers I have handy. As you can see, this channel is just starting out. I'm not sponsored at all and have purchased everything in this video with my own funds. So let's get to it. My 5 tips on getting your external controller to work with the ROG Ally. Tip 1. Disable the embedded controller. This is a big one that will help most of you. Disabling the embedded controller. You can access this by hitting the quick menu physical button left of the screen, which will then bring up the quick menu. This button should be visible by default. If it's not, you can add this to your quick settings through the customization menu in Armoury Crate. Tip 2. Test the controller in Armoury Crate. Check that your controller is correctly paired by moving and pressing any of the D-pad directional buttons while the Armoury Crate is open. It's just a quick test that I do. Tip 3. Controller as input method. Check that you have controller selected as your input method in the quick launcher, and that controller is also selected as the default input device in your various launchers or platforms. It's also worth noting, if you see the option appear in Armoury Crate, there's a pop-up sometimes when starting a game. Scroll down and select the controller icon. Tip 4. Disconnect and reconnect the controller. It's the age-old, have you tried turning it off and back on again? You'd be surprised how many times I've had to unplug and replug my controller's dongle in. Then, for good measure, restart whichever game I'm trying to use the external controller for, and also restart the ROG Ally. Every now and then, that will resolve my issue. In my short time with the Ally, there has been some evidence to suggest that the dock that I was using has been causing some of my connectivity issues with peripherals. I've since purchased a Mocken dock, if I'm pronouncing that right. It's a dock you can get on Amazon that was on sale. I'm actually experiencing fewer issues with this dock with my video capture devices and a smoother experience with my external controllers. Keep an eye out, I'll likely do a video at some point once I've collected enough of these docks. And that brings me to my next point. Tip 5, try another USB-C dock or dongle. If you have one handy, try another USB-C dock or dongle. You can pick up basic dongles like this one from Amazon for $30 or less. That's Australian dollars. So if you're in the US or UK, I'm assuming the exchange rate means you can probably pick these things up for, I don't know, 50 cents. I noticed this mostly when trying out, as I said, different capture cards, and found that different docks will have an impact on how successful I was capturing the footage and also the quality of that footage. This won't help you out for Bluetooth controllers, but might make a difference if you're using a USB controller or one that uses a USB dongle. In terms of wireless controllers, I have been using either the 8-bit Do, which is a controller recommended from Amazon off a few of the Steam Deck videos I'd watched when I first got my Steam Deck. It's a really great controller, it's got back paddles, it's really affordable, and works great on both the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally. The other controller I use from time to time is just a Xbox controller. However, I don't use the Xbox controller via Bluetooth. I have one of the Microsoft official Xbox USB dongles that I pair the controller to. If you made it to the end of this video, I hope it helped, and a big thank you for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe to stay tuned for the next one.